Alright, there we go. Let's just get that going. Hello, everybody.
Hello there.
Apparently my computer's decided that with the heat, it also wants La Siesta.
Yeah.
Just nothing wants to load up and do what it's supposed to do. There we go. Power Wash Simulator coming in. And as soon as I get us loaded into Power Wash Simulator and everything running on that, I will post ye old. Actually, I can just do that from my phone. Just do that from my phone while I'm waiting for Power Wash Simulator to actually like open up and load. It's fun. No, that's not the profile I want. A profile portion number.
I can tell from just looking at you at the stream, or looking at you on the stream, that the heat is hitting you very badly.
I just got out of the shower. It was so the temperatures out here were knocking on the door of around 100, and
Mm.
the kitchen was just about a
Yeah,
degree
working
cold.
in the kitchen. Oh, Jesus, fuck, dude. Oh, man. Our voices are quite uneven on the stream, just so you're aware.
Are they? Well, let me re-angle my microphone so it's a little more in my face and see if that helps. There we go.
Yeah, I can't imagine working in a kitchen on a day like today.
And it's definitely been compounded because so for the past couple weeks, week and a half, 2 weeks, I've been getting like random burning numbness in one of my outer thighs, and uh, Wednesday night it just finally hurt so much that I went to urgent care because my doctor couldn't see me for another week or so to find out what was wrong. And urgent care was like, well, we can't actually diagnose anything, and we can't write you an order to go to a hospital for a diagnosis on this. But it sounds very much like you might have a pinched or inflamed nerve in your hip. I was like, oh, that's exciting. What is the best thing for that? You know, stretching and not standing on your feet for 9 hours a day. I was like, dope, 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 dope. Love it, love it. that was Threads. Next comes Mastodon.
So at the speed that Jordan's computer is loading, I might not actually get to play.
I am computer, not last siesta time. There are exactly 4 programs running right now. 5. Steam, Power Wash Simulator, YouTube, Discord, and OBS. There's absolutely nothing else running on my computer. And so come. Just look, yeah, ha 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 ha. I growled and decided to go turbo.
Alright, get me in there, you.
Somehow Alan Tudyk as a psychotic race car driver has ended up in my computer.
What?
Wreck-It Ralph. Alan Tudyk plays a character named King Candy, who is actually the sort of corrupted, cloned version of a glitchy race, like speed racer character named Turbo. And all the video games in the arcade say don't go turbo, meaning don't go crazy and try to like run away from your game and take over all the other video games. Why you do this to me? Ah, ha, 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 ha. I see the continue button. Let's go. So how's the heat wave been on your side of the bay?
Well, it's currently 97 degrees outside. Our air conditioning is running, and we have the air conditioning set to 64. The thermostat inside is reading 75.
Dope, dope.
I haven't had a solid night's sleep in 3 evenings. And the heat's making me lethargic, and I have to go into a meeting. So, yeah. And as you can imagine, on top of that, extreme temperatures have caused my joints to play up.
Yep.
If you're about to tell me that Power Wash Simulator just crashed, I'm going to flip my desk.
No, Power Wash Simulator just crashed. I'm about to flip my desk because.
Yeet!
I am so. Through the crash, I have gone ahead and just said, fuck the music. I apologize to everyone watching, but my end is going to be very boring to listen to because there's no background music in Power Wash Simulator. The background music is the soothing sounds of our power
water.
washers.
Yeah.
And maybe some ambient traffic noise or world noise. But yeah, there is no I like to point out, now look at how fast that all sort of... Alright. No, don't do this to me. Don't tease me with fast boot up and then stall out on the load. That's fucking rude. All right, here we go. Co-op on. Confirm. For what it's worth, I'm gonna get Bob in here. I said computer. There we go. Fuck's sake.
Pardon me.
So, what have you been up to the past week beyond the heat making everybody's life miserable? Because, you know, it's been making...
Honestly, just trying to stay alive through the heat. Drinking a lot of water. Kind of been my main focus, really. Just that. Playing my usual, like, phone games, WoW. Watching some TV, that kind of thing.
You've been binging the catalog of NCIS as of last week.
Yeah.
How is...
I'm into season 8 of NCIS LA now. Which, going to be an interesting one.
We are just going to go all the way to the top. This side that I'm working on is killing me because you were talking about how the blue has sort of the marbling to it, right?
Yeah.
So it's hard to tell where the dirt spots are. This particular face is facing the sun, so the sunlight's reflecting off of the white wall. So I can't see where the dirt spots are, and B, I can't see where the check for dirt lights up when I check for dirt, unless I'm standing right on top of it.
Yeah.
So not only has this map been massive in terms of surface area to clean, there have been issues with the visual queuing to make sure we were cleaning what we were getting everything clean. You can change the color of the dirt spots. Not sure if it will help here, but it can help. What? Is it in the options folder? dirt details, crosshair dirt details. Oh, I can change. Oh, thank you, Frary. Let's try red. See if red does anything.
Hey, Frary, how you doing?
We are alive, despite, the sun being a deadly laser and trying to microwave us.
Remember, our politicians assure us that climate
That's, our politicians assure us, and I've got kin north of Baltimore that agree. Climate change is a hoax.
I cannot imagine how many sunstroke, heat stroke, dehydration cases are going to be hitting ERs tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully not as
People,
many as there were before the second season of The Pit came out, but people might have watched that show and been like, goals! Which, Pit reminds me, I'm doing a binge rewatch of For All Mankind with the next season coming out at the end of the month. And notice that Mel, Taylor, Taylor,
Taylor Dearden.
Taylor Dearden, there we go, was in the third season of that show as one of the anti-NASA reactionaries. And
A whole lot about that show.
it's a fun sort of alternate history sci-fi of what if Russia won the race to the moon type deal. And each season takes place in over the course of like a year or two, over a different decade. So the first season is the 70s. Second season is the 80s. Third season is the 90s. And then the fourth season, the early 2000s. So the fifth season, which should be coming out at the end of the month, should be the 2010s.
And then the sixth season,
Can't be done yet.
I was going to say, we get to see how Russia deals with COVID.
Well, clearly, Frary, what we're doing to make the sun angrier than normal is we're not going out to the Nile River and beating it with rushes. And
We're
all
going to
the
get told that what we're angry is not attending. People make sense. I might make it sun god at this point.
Heyo! I finally got it.
Got what?
The wall.
Oh, the one that you were looking for?
Yeah, the one that's been at like 99% for the past 4 sessions.
I mean, you're done on the outside now?
Nope, I have one more phase, two more phases. I have one more face, the backside, to do.
Barry, you mentioned your drive back from Florida to Georgia. Mind me ask what you were doing in Florida? Was it pleasure, business?
annual trip with my daughter to spend time with my family, she says.
Oh, very nice. Hope your family are pleasant to be around. Far too many of my friends have family that aren't, should we say. International travel. The other side of the family this year is Norway.
Fancy. Hopefully, after all the Norwegians are able to make it back. There's a fair number of them here trying to steal our stadiums.
That the Norwegians have them. They have more style.
Well, it's been funny on social when I'm scrolling through social media in the evenings or in the early mornings, watching the video clips of the Great American Sleepover. People joking that after Norway goes to plays their game in the World Cup because of their big fan thing, which is doing a rowing pit in the stands. It's the stadium is probably about a quarter mile further up the road, just because of how many of them just decided to sit down and row.
Did you hear about what was happening in the Mexican celebrations?
Mm-mm.
A couple of the Mexican fans got crushed to death during celebrations, and the head of Mexican Parliament was like, "Hey, fucking calm down, you idiot."
Yeah, I haven't watched any of the actual matches. I've just been enjoying watching the fans out around it. And
I think the two things I've enjoyed most are international reactions to American sporting traditions
mhm.
and international reactions to Mexican food, sorry, American food habits.
Mhm.
Like you were talking the other week about the Japanese people, the Mexican restaurant, right?
Mhm.
And like, and then you have like the Scottish people discovering tailgating for the first time, which confused the shit out of them. Um, just seeing like the amount of international fans who are like, yeah, the hydration breaks every 10 minutes. Yeah. They're
Yeah.
not that confused. Like, to be real, Ferry, they're not that confused by them because they've happened in World Cups before. When they were playing in other very extreme heat times, they would have a hydration break in then. Um, the issue is them happening like every 10 minutes because it completely breaks the flow of the game.
Right.
That's what a lot of people are confused by. It's how often they are. But hydration breaks have happened in World Cups before. Do you mind me asking how old these two English people you've been talking to are?
Uh,
Yeah, One is over 50,000 states. They should remember.
I will say I found it funny. I saw it on I think it was like a clip from a news station, little fluff piece. A group of the Scottish Tartan Army is sticking around and going to England games now so that they are taking up seats otherwise that would be occupied by England supporters, because Scotland's apparently out of the running, but their passports and tickets are still good all the way through to the finals. So like, we're not going home yet. We're just going to go cheer whoever England is playing against England. I root for two teams: Scotland and whoever England is playing. I think one of my favorite is my favorite thing that I've seen is the people who are now apologizing to we made fun of the United Statesians for not having passports to go anywhere. We were unfamiliar with the fact that your country is actually just a continent made up of a bunch of different countries. So you don't actually need a passport to travel places. You just, drive to another state and now you're in a new country. Yeah, I root for the Commanders and whoever's playing the Patriots this week.
Okay, so I think I might have been a little confused.
What happened?
There have been hydration breaks before, but not in the World Cup.
Mm.
Yeah.
Which is shocking because I wondered, didn't
and from what I'm seeing is it's not every 10 minutes, it's every 23 and a half-ish minutes, because it's basically dividing the game into quarters.
Mm. Growing up, it was rooting for the Bucks and whoever was playing the Rams.
All right, folks, I am ready to get out of here.
All right. Thanks for hanging out, Bob. Sorry my computer decided that it wanted to la siesta right when I was trying to get everything going.
Your fault, friendo. Not your fault.
Blame this stupid thing. Kick!
I will hopefully see you all next week.
Yep.
Next week's going to be weird because that's Amy's birthday weekend.
Mm.
So I'm not sure what we're doing on the Friday.
Gotcha.
But I will let you know.
Okay. All good.
Speak to you later, friendos.
We have not. I don't think either of us have done the Wallace and Gromit maps yet, Frary. Mostly because I think we were trying to finish the mainline story and Muckingham Files maps before we delved too deep and too greedily. Part of me just kind of wants to finish the exterior of this thing so that the next time we play, it's the two of us hammering at the interior. You know? You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and try to just finish. Taking the time to swap games right now. Not finish. I'm not going to finish the whole temple. I'm just going to finish the exterior, so that when Bob and I come back to this, we can both tackle the interior and actually finish this. Because I think if we were to go back and look at the records, we have been working on this thing for like 8 sessions. You figure about 90 minutes a session times 8. That's a lot. I noticed that it says friends who have played recently, and then I saw you had 56 some odd hours in it already. Now the question is, are you playing with soap or not? You tried soap but didn't really care for the mechanic. It just seems like a money sink mechanic, you know? Like, it's only good for so long in the washer. It's only good on, like, certain soaps are only good on certain types of grime and filth. Yeah, see? Spinning it. Now, what's super fun is doing free play on a map once you've unlocked, you know, like the spinny head nozzle and the top tier washer. And what's it called? Going back and doing like the very first backyard level. I mean, I think I did it on this on stream at one point, which was yeah, that's the thing. It's you. I think that's why Bob and I decided that we didn't really want to do the soap. Use the soap. Because, let's see here, go to the shop. Cleaning liquids. Glass cleaner, metal cleaner, plastic cleaner, stone cleaner, multi-purpose cleaner, and wood cleaner. And it's only a liter, so, you know, you only get to use so much of it before it goes out. Oh, so it's only good. It's good on the on the building material, not necessarily on the grime material. Never mind. For whatever reason, in my brain, it thought that the soap was good for the grime, for the dirt material. You know, let's just see. You know, I know we said no soap, but it's $10. Let's buy a stone. Wait, do I not? Wait, do I need to buy an attachment to... Oh, I need to buy the salt nozzle? God damn it. Ooh, hello, what's this? So I spent $10 on soap, and I'm not doing the nozzle. I'm not. I have to buy a nozzle for it. I'm not doing that. But I do see this fun little. Buy that. Whoo boy! It's 3 narrow of the narrow nozzles. So, what have you been gaming, Frary? Bob's been doing a lot of WoW more than anything. Um, I haven't been doing too much PC gaming. Um, a little Star Trek Online just to keep up with the Summer Festival. I need to go grab the lol nuts from my bank so I can buy the. Have I tried the demo to the sequel? No, I have not tried the demo yet. Tell me how they have changed the soap mechanic. Still no job yet? Damn. I'm sorry, that is. I can only imagine how miserable that is. Because we're going on 9 months. Soap in the new game is universal and recharges over time. Oh, that's nice. Give up on software engineering and be able to apply UPS soon to be a package handler as a part-time job. Something else to Iron Man. Yeah, I believe. I can only imagine how difficult it is. One sec. Yeah, no, I can't imagine. All right, one sec. I'm hearing. No, no, no. I mean, rant about it, because I only see some of the social side of it, with like how kids are using those kinds of things, shortcut their way through their work. Teachers are using it to shortcut through some of their work. Hey, they're certified that every document he submits to the court has not been touched by him, and if they have, he's read them over to certify. See, like, so now you're paying someone that is saying that they have to read the document rather than just paying someone to write it properly in the first place, not just submit an auto generation. One of the Facebook groups I'm in is sort of like the town message board, like bulletin board, for the town where I went to college. It's about 20 minutes south of where I live now. And the person who sort of runs and moderates that Facebook group has outright said, if you use an obviously LLM generated image to promote your event or promote your establishment, I'll take it down. If you want to use this space to promote your events and your businesses, put forward the effort for promotion. Don't take a shortcut and shoot, I didn't sign. Makes me feel bad and not as much of a team player, but I didn't sign a congratulations poster for the teacher at our school who got the nomination for County Teacher of the Year from our school, because the sort of big congratulations poster was a quick generated LLM image based on her, like, official school portrait type deal. I don't particularly want to sign. I'm hoping I signed up to join sort of the social. It's called the social committee, the social activities committee. You know, let's go to. Let's do staff happy hour at the local beer garden type deal. Here's our staff appreciation. Let's do some staff appreciation activities, type of stuff, and the. Oh, I'm sort of hoping that my signing up to help them would be, you know, utilize me as a third person to help design like the flyers and the posters advertising these events, rather than slapping them through an LLM image generator and poster maker. Because I get it, it's the two people who are the entirety of the committee right now are our school behavior specialist and one of our two school counselors. So that's a lot of work with our kiddos. But it was the one promise I made to myself when the vice principal told me I could have I could come back, but I would probably have to come back as in the self-contained classroom. Is that I wasn't going to let the fact that I'm in that self-contained environment cause me to be a hermit again, which is what happened to me when I first became a teacher and I worked in the self-contained classroom. My classroom was A, in a portable outside the building, and B, I was basically alone, like, working with those kids. And the school I worked at didn't have a group like that. Teachers sort of formed their own friend groups based on who they worked with closely and who was on their teams. You know, who taught social studies to this team, who taught science to this team, who taught English and whatnot. So it was like, I never really got to socialize with anybody. So my big promise to myself, and I told, you know, the administration that this was what I was going to do, that I'm not going to, like, I'll do the work and I'll be in here, but I'm not going to let this make me be a hermit. You will see me and hear me in the building and at school functions and activities. So it's been nice, because most of our students this past year were in second grade, so they I got to know their teachers very well. I got to work with the specialist teachers very closely throughout the year. So it was very nice, and my lead teacher let me take my lunch break during the second grade lunch so I could eat lunch with the second grade teachers. So yeah. Next year I'll probably end up being with the first grade teachers because we'll have the school only goes pre-K to second grade. So with all of our second graders hitting third grade, they moved on to another school. And our classroom is really only supposed to be first and second grade. But there's a whole lot of parent making waves about their kiddo being in our classroom last year as a kindergartner. So we're getting a handful of kindergartners. Oh, speaking of AI, right? Here we go. Ban. This does make me think of the spot of a guy who used to AI generate his music. What? Made over $2 million, was indicted into wire fraud charges. I believe it. I hope he was. Makes me kind of sad because I found a really cool, like, I don't want to call it a singer or a band, but it was music. It was really cool, sort of like heavy metal music. That was all Warhammer 40,000 themed. Like the different factions had their own kinds of songs associated with them and whatnot. It was all really kind of cool. And then I found out that it was like one guy in a basement, like programming lyrics and sounds. And I was like, oh man. Why you gotta do this to me? This is not what Asimov had intended. With the robots. The idea was robots do the back-breaking menial work, and that will allow humanity to focus on sciences and arts and discovery, not have to spend all of our time Yeah, I get the programming music. Like I've watched like Charlie Puth on late night talk shows do his thing where he like records samples and does the sampling and the looping. You know, that's one thing, but I'm talking like apparently this person's whole shtick was they wrote like a description of the faction and some keywords. Like apparently there's places where you can put like keywords and lyrical ideas into one of these LLM generators and just generate the whole track. What am I missing? Oh. It's all on top here. There we go. Yeah, if you haven't been gone like on YouTube or whatever and looked up Charlie Puth on Jimmy Fallon, it's really kind of dope watching him sort of do his thing, do his music thing. Record a sample live in the studio and do the looping and another really cool one is one to watch is on, I think it was The Voice UK. Will I Am from the Black Eyed Peas is a judge, and there was one season where they're just sort of like talking and hanging out between sets, and he just goes over to the house band and basically writes a song right then and there with the house band, and it's just this really cool sort of moment. I haven't actually watched The Voice, and I haven't specifically watched that episode to see like what the context of them doing it was. But it's just like he gets out of his chair and he goes over to the band, and he's like, "Give me some hi-hat." No. There's another YouTube thing I found of a conductor basically writing a symphony live, like in front of the audience. You know, like be like, "Hey, flutes give me a little melody. It's really kind of cool. I just don't have a head or ear for music, so I'm always fascinated by people who can just sort of look at an instrument or look at a band. And sorry, I'm turning my fan off. The button on my fan did not want to work, so I unplugged it. Just means I need to get a new fan. Yeah. It's just one of those things where you watch someone who is truly passionate about this art form, and then they sort of devote their lives to mastering it, and then just sort of watching them craft it. What is up? Give me a stand. Is that what this is? I'm just trying to wash the temple. These are metronome. These are percussions of perform music he puts up. Yeah, I've seen people who play with like the beat pads. And do really cool music playing with the samples on the beat pads. I've seen one guy who does like video games, but the music he'll use is audio samples from the video games to do them on the beat pads, which is really cool. Oh, hey, I finished that wall. But now I gotta finish this niche, which probably means stubby gun. Yep. No. Yeah, we had a Christian Arcus, the guy from him, doing the mix. Oh, that's dope. I know the guy who played Hodor on Game of Thrones DJs, and I'm pretty sure he's done a couple like big sort of club mixes with music from Game of Thrones. Because obviously, you know, if you're gonna be the dude from if you're gonna be Hodor from Game of Thrones. What was I? There was one person I found. Oh, nope. The electronic music makes me think that there was a person I've seen who was doing a remix. Apparently, one of his big gig things is he does his in opening is sort of a remixed version of the overture to Phantom of the Opera. But the only downside to that is he uses the same like four measures from that. The dun 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 dun, and then he sort of like drops a beat into it and kind of one note overall when four things. But reason why I think of that is we got to conversating at the coffee shop today. One of the baristas said their favorite movie of all time, mind you, is the Gerard Butler led Phantom of the Opera. At which point my reaction was, well, that's a take and a half to have. That your favorite movie, not movie musical, but movie, is the Gerard Butler led Phantom of the Opera. Okay. Granted, I think this is the exact same barista who asked if anyone in the shop anyone on the staff had heard of the TV show called Friends. At which point I aged like Matt Damon at the end of Saving Private Ryan. Just farts. At the idea of, have you ever heard of this TV show? And then I think I got to talking to someone else, and we were talking about Tom Cruise. And the person's like, "Oh, you mean action star from the Mission Impossible movies, Tom Cruise?" It's like, yes. But does this mean that now people are forgetting that Tom Cruise was like a rom-com heartthrob through the 80s and 90s? Like, I'm about to make us both feel really old here, Frary, in that she was asking about whether or not anyone had heard of the show Friends because she thought one of the other baristas looked like a character from Friends, only to find out that the character she was thinking of was Jackie from that 70s show. The Tom Cruise song by Jonathan Colton? No, I have not. I mean, yeah, Jackie was like the one truly sane and relatable character out of everyone, that if I remember correctly, on that show. I mean, I'm sure other people could have related to like curly hair and sunglasses. I'm sure people could have related to him. Kelso, Ashton Kutcher. I definitely knew a Kelso in high school, a Kelso or two. Um, but Eric and Donna were always just so written. Does that does that make any sort of sense with that phrasing? Like it's the other. Yeah, like I get it. They're the center points of the show, so they're the ones that the whole, like, everything is sort of written around them. But it's the Ross and Rachel issue. It's the uh, well, any sitcom sort of relationship issue. It's like, would this have ever actually in real life with this? Oh shoot, couldn't hear it. Um, it's like a lot of, like, they always had the interpersonal conflict, you know, conflict with them about their relationship and whatnot. And I get the idea of, oh, it was supposed to be the 70s, but I don't know. I don't think behavior has changed so much that some of the stuff that they would do to each other and that 70s show and Ross would do to Rachel and Friends, and it's like, they really have been that. Oh, we're going to bring this closer to the doorway here. So we can go up. How was Florida? Very hot. Have some fun in this. Oh no. Well, that stings. I'm sorry to hear that. Last night there, I'm done with this. Ugh. I'm sorry it happened, but like I get it being sick because you forget to eat all day, especially when it's hot and humid. And that first meal you have, especially if it's like a thicker meal, heavier meal, not a thicker meal, heavier meal. Some bread beforehand, but that was too late. And it just kind of gets you. Well, despite the fact that, like, I'm a fairly competent cook and love cooking for other people, especially in social situations. I don't tend to cook for myself. So like if I'm not like at home just not doing nothing, unless well, it's happened a lot more as I've gotten older. But like I'll just not eat. And then by the time I realize the fact that I'm hungry and I haven't eaten, I need a lot more food a lot faster than I'm willing to put in the effort to cook for the most part. So I end up eating fast food, and I sort of take a habit of trying to keep things like Easy Mac on hand, specifically so that if it does happen to me, and I find myself just sort of hungry and now noticing that I haven't eaten all day and it's time for me to actually put some sustenance in my body, I'll go ahead and I'll just make some Easy Mac. Alright, so that's everything except like the inside of the entrance here. I'm not going to do this part here because it's all part of this stuff here. I could do the line. I could do the line to the line. There we go. All right. I'm going to stop there. And then when Bob and I get back to it, we can both be working on trying to hammer away at this. So we might actually be able to finish in the next session. That would be exciting. So I'm going to go ahead and start the sign-off process here. Thank you for hanging out with us today. Please make sure you follow us here on Twitch so you can get the notifications when we go live. But we do know Twitch do be twitching from time to time. So to... is this the final level? I'm not gonna lie. I have done like no reading, no research, no nothing. I would like a novelization so that I can go back and reread everything and not necessarily have to play it all. Excuse me. Very dope. Where did I leave off on there? A small spoiler, there are murals inside that explain everything. I mean, we've seen... hang on. I mean, we've seen these murals here that are sort of like all the levels we've already done. Like there's the time traveler's UFO and the statue and the finger pointing in the desert. There's the playground and the skate park. House, the old car, the RV, the motorcycle and sidecar, the dirt bike, uh, the penny farthing. I think that's what it's called. Golf cart, minivan, R van, the drilling machine, the X-wing. Don't remember a lion statue, but I'm sure it was there. The fire station with the helicopter and the fire truck. The mayor's house and the mayor's boat. Oh, here's the backyard. The very first level of the backyard. The race car. Not 100% sure what that shed is. Yeah. And then I think Bob has uncovered. Is Bob? Oh, yeah. Bob has started to uncover a couple murals in here. But, and then of course, there's the statue of the power washer. God. Yeah. Where did I leave off? Oh yeah, Twitch do be twitching. So please make sure you follow us on the microblogging platforms. We're on all four major microbloggers. Twitter or X, we are 321 Podcast. Blue Sky, we are 321tv.bsky.social. Threads, we are at 321_tv.live. And Mastodon, on the mastodon.social server, we are at 321_tv. Have a great night, Frary. We appreciate all the love and support you give the channel via your coming in and watching us, via, for those of you who are in the position to, subbing to the channel. And if you'd like to just show us just a little bit more love, we do have a merch shop. Oh, I did not mean to push the record button. Or the voice to text button. I meant to hit send. 321-tv-shop.fourthwall.com, where we have all sorts of really cool and fun merch. Some apparel, basketball shorts, sweatpants, sweatshirts, polo shirts, attire Bob and I love to wear, and an entire catalog of drinkware featuring our closing statement, featuring our logo, and the two newest items in that collection are the Tea in the Sea, 13th of December, 1773, reminding the world when iced tea was invented, and the Tea on the Sea logo collaborated on myself and between myself and friend of the channel, Tiny Tim. So it is fun times there. And then of course the procrastinators motto, screw past me and tomorrow me can suck it. If you feel like I've gone through these links way too fast. Oh, YouTube. I forgot about YouTube. I have been trying to do better about making sure that the replays get up on YouTube. I may have missed a couple of weeks there, and they've been erased from our backlog. So for that, I apologize. bit.ly/321_Y_T. Make sure you follow us on there. We love all the little follows we get over there as well. And like I said, I've been trying to make sure we get the replays up there. We have Final Fantasy playthrough, Final Fantasy 14. We have SWOTOR playthroughs up there. We have a live, an actual play, Dungeons and Dragons campaign. We have a couple cooking videos. Everything that is of our interests end up on the tubes of you at some point, some way. If you feel like I've gone through these links way too fast, and you just want one page to bookmark everything about 321 TV and things that are important to Bob and I, please check out our link tree, linktr.ee/321_TV. And like I said, all of our socials are there, our YouTube is there, our merch shop is there, and of course, charities and organizations that are important to Bob and I, and side projects we are working on are also linked there. So we're going to send you off as we always do, guys, gals, non-binary pals, and all those beyond that spectrum. In the words of the 16th president of these here United States, Abraham Lincoln, please be excellent to each other. And party on non-gender specific honorifics, and we will see you next time.